know you can't get enough of Rainier Avenue Radio .world.
This is Tyrone with God Is and the inspiration of gospel music also on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. We give out free food each and every Saturday from 11 to 2. And so we want you to come on out and support us when we love on your community. And we also have a fish fry once a month. We want to raise funds, put back into the community. And so come on, support us. We need your love. And also, if you want to be connected with us, go to Rainier Avenue Radio.world, to the website, Facebook, Instagram, and God Is. And as God Is got a website, we need your help, community. So come on out and get your free food each and every Saturday it is. And so we asking for donation, whatever you feel to give from your heart to the mind. And as we're doing it right here for you, go to our website and touch love and give back. And so come on by 810 23rd Avenue, Rainier Avenue Radio.world, your community radio station and inspiration of all the things we do in your community.
1, 2, get down.
What's up, big and little homies? This is Masvita Maraire, host of Seattle Sports Weekly on Rainier Avenue Radio.world, your one-stop shop for Seattle sports. We cover preps, we cover college, we cover pro, we cover it all. Huskies, Mariners, Seahawks, Garfield, South, Roosevelt, Metro, King County. This is what you want to listen to for all the sports that's happening in Seattle. Seattle Sports Weekly on Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
See a bad mother.
Welcome to the coronavirus pandemic. I'll take coronavirus for 100. Fever, chills, shortness of breath, loss of taste or smell. What is stay at home and isolate? Correct. Coronavirus for 200. Inability to stay awake, persistent pain or pressure in chest, trouble breathing. What is seek immediate help? Correct.
Coronavirus for 500.
Crippling and particularly dead infectious disease eliminated the United States with vaccination.
What is the polio vaccine?
Correct.
I'll take coronavirus for 700.
The Daily Double. Should I take the coronavirus vaccine? Wait. Hold up. This is not a game. It's time for serious discussions. We have coronavirus vaccines, but not everyone is comfortable taking them. Here's the facts. Based on what has been proven about vaccines for other diseases, COVID-19 vaccine may help keep you from getting seriously ill, even if you do get the virus. Getting vaccinated also may protect people around, particularly those at greater risk for severe illness from COVID-19. We don't yet have all of the answers. Get informed, talk to your healthcare physician, and make the right decision for you. This is a message supported by the Washington State Department of Health.
Would you like to see when your favorite Rainier Avenue Radio show comes on? Check out our show schedule, updated weekly at RainierAvenueRadio.world.
Pilipino, ang dugo'y maharlika. Likas sa aking puso at ikain kay handa sa Pilipinas.
Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm Norbert Caoili.
Magandang araw po sa inyo lahat, saan man po kayo naroon, wherever you are in the world. Ito po ang Fil-Am Radio Show, broadcasting live every Tuesday afternoon from 1 to 2:30 p.m. shuttle time, every Wednesdays from 5 to 6:30 a.m. Philippine time, and 7 o'clock to 8:30 a.m. Australia time, through the magic of StreamYard and the facilities of Rainier Avenue Radio.world dito po sa Seattle, Washington State, USA. Ito po si Mel Salvador. Ang ating pong Kuya Bert ay kasalukuyang nagpapagaling sa ospital. Kuya Bert, magpagaling ka. Our producer is Daniel Velez of Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Our program is internet-based, so you can listen and watch live right now. Saan man kayo naroon. Just log on to www.rainieravenueradio.world or on YouTube Hanapin lamang ang Fil-Am Radio Show, episode 229 po tayo ngayon. Our show is being recorded by our producer, Daniel Velez, so you can watch later at your own convenience time through the Facebook page of Rainier Avenue Radio.world, through YouTube, or through my Facebook page, or Kuya Bert's page, Bert's Angels. Just look for Fil-Am Radio Show episode 229. We broadcast in Taglish or Tagalog English so that our speaking audience will be able to understand our show. So for now, just relax and enjoy our show. Thank you. Salamat po. Our program always starts with a prayer and ends with a prayer. So let's bow our heads. Lord, thank you for all the blessings you gave us. Please bless and keep us, especially those who are watching right now. And please help Kuya Bert get better soon. May love and forgiveness always reign in our hearts from this day forward. In Jesus' holy name, amen. Good afternoon, Norbert. Good afternoon, Danielle. How are you?
Hi, Ate Miles, and yes, to our producer extraordinaire. What's up, Daniel? Thanks for always helping out with the show. I wanted to, Ate Miles, if you wouldn't mind, I would actually like to just pass on some information. I spoke to my dad this morning, and I have some good news. He's been doing very well the last couple of days, and he told me that if all continues as the way it's going right now, he may be able to leave the hospital in maybe the next 2 to 3 days. So keep your fingers crossed, keep those prayers coming. But he sounds as good as he's sounded this whole time since he's been dealing with this COVID-19 situation. So he sounds really good. He's very happy and excited to hopefully get out of the hospital soon. So keep your fingers crossed. 2 to 3 more days. Hopefully this will all work out and he'll be back.
That's a great news because this morning I just received a text from Valentina Vega. You know her, don't you?
Yep.
Inaanak siya ni Kuya Bert. And she's asking me the update regarding your dad. So I just texted her back. Yeah, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Please, please. Okay. Our guest just texted me and she's having a hard time to log in. Okay, now let's listen. Our opening song is Shivers Down My Spine by Pamela Wildheart. Thank you, Daniel.
Demented, you sent shivers down my spine. You're wanted, got me excited, you sent shivers down my spine. The thought of losing you somehow will surely send me shivers down my spine. Fragmented and wanted, these evil thoughts behind. I've blundered and rebounded, perhaps forget this love in time. The thought of losing you somehow will surely send me shivers down my spine. love unleashed inside. Perhaps you're overrated. It's all exaggerated. 'Cause you send me shivers down my spine. 'Cause you send me shivers down my spine. Send shivers down my spine. 'Cause you send me shivers down my spine.
By Pamela Wildheart. Irving Mendoza said, "Hi, Miles and Norbert. Happy Tuesday. Nice to see you both again." And guess what? I get a text from our guest. Is in. Hey, Norb. I miss it. Hey, Norb. This is from Irving Mendoza, Norb. Hey, Norb. Great news to hear about your dad, Kuya Bert, and he's feeling much, much better. We all hope to see him back on this show again. God bless. Amen. So,
Thank
shall
you. Thank
we?
you, Irving. Appreciate the message. It's great to see you.
Yeah.
You're such a regular fan of this show, always tuning in, as well as Tyler
Yeah.
Parcher, who's watching as well. So thanks
Yeah.
for being there, guys.
Yeah. Okay, Norbert, shall we welcome our guest, Pamela Wildheart Pilapil, all the way from Singapore. Yay!
Yeah. Hi, Pamela. How are you
Hi!
doing?
I'm great. I mean, this is very early, and I was wondering whether should I be
It's
wearing
5
my
o'clock there.
pajamas. I was thinking I'm gonna wear
Oh.
my pajamas and shock you all with something in my hair, but this is my morning look. I'd like to greet. I'd like to greet everybody in Seattle, those who are in Australia, those who are in the
Yeah.
Philippines, and most especially my friends in Singapore. I don't think they'll be watching. Nobody in Singapore wakes up at 5 o'clock. Really,
Hey, you know
they wake up.
the great thing about the internet though is they don't have to watch it at 5 because they can watch it on YouTube. They can watch it on this on the Rainier Avenue Radio.world anytime they want. So it's okay. They
So
can
that's
still
good
watch it.
news.
They won't have to be up at 5 in the morning. So
By the way, Pam, I want you to meet Norb Caoili, ang gwapitong anak ni Kuya Bert at ni Ate Shoni, the one and only son. And he's multi-talented. He can sing, he can dance, he can do most everything. He's an actor too.
Oh
There you go.
wow! But
Yeah.
when
just
you invited me, you didn't tell me anything about Norb. You were telling me about Kuya Bert. So I was thinking this is going to be no, nothing wrong with being called Kuya, but I was just thinking it's like it's probably those more subdued early morning risers. I was just trying to be tame with the way I attire myself, and then I realized that this is a different guy.
Yeah.
He's good
yeah, I know. Well,
looking, good
with
looking.
with the last name Wildheart, I expect the show to be a little bit on the wilder side. But I'm filling in, as you probably know the background. My dad's in the hospital suffering from COVID,
right.
so he's been there for over the past week, and it's been a little bit rough, especially at the beginning. But he's been in good hands. They're taking good care of him, and like I said at the beginning of the show, he may be out of there in the next 2 to 3 days. So super excited about that.
Yay,
So.
me too. Yeah.
So hopefully by next week he'll be back doing the show. So I'm just the fill-in. I'm just the substitute teacher today, filling in for my dad. But normally I do come in with sports updates and things like that. But I know my dad misses being on the show, and he's probably watching right now. So hey, Dad, love you. Woo, good job. Keep
I
fighting.
love
We'll see you in
you,
a few
Kuya
days.
Bert. You
And
miss
But
we hope you'll
Pamela.
recover. Hi, how are you, Kuya Bert? Do we really need to call him Kuya?
Yeah.
everybody calls him that. Everybody calls him that. So
No problem. May I
that's
say
all right.
something? May I greet someone very special, please?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
your show today, Pamela.
This is January 26th. It is my
Mm-hmm.
my late father's birthday.
Oh,
wow.
happy birthday in heaven. Yeah.
I have too much sadness this past 2 years of my life. My father
Oh.
passed away in 2020. It was on a
Mm.
July. And my husband
Oh.
passed away just July 15, 2021. So that's
Oh.
barely 6 months. So I'm not gonna greet everybody and make them feel very sad. But the reality is, the first song we played was actually I composed it and wrote it for my husband. And then now,
Wow.
Wow.
yeah, and he was in the studio when we recorded it, and it's called
Oh.
"Shivers Down My Spine." And I was just about to dramatize myself, but I control myself because of my eyelashes. It usually falls off when you cry, so I didn't do it. I just behave myself and just feel the rhythm of the music. So I hope you like that song.
That's a great song. It's a great
Beautiful. Yeah.
track, and it's nice,
Yes.
dedicated to your husband. I'm sorry to hear that. So you're saying you lost both of them in the last 2 years?
Yes, I lost my mom. It's just a bit about 2 years before my dad, and he was very lonely without her because usually loving couples do that. They were very loving. You see them dance when they hear music together, and all of us were like, ew, 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 hair rising. And they'll do rumba, cha-cha, ballroom, and all of us children would say, oh, gosh, gosh. And then they were always dating, eating, serving each other. And we were like, so when my mom left, my dad was a very sad person. But he was still very happy and he was not sick. He died of a heart attack, and that was a bit
Mm.
sad. So anyway, I don't know why I open it with that, but the memories are here. So
Yeah.
Miles actually told me, "Oh, I'm inviting you to the show," and I said, "Well, oh, okay, but you gotta sing." I said, "No, you have the albums, the music. Why don't you play that?" Oh, here's somebody. May I read that message from
Read
Irving?
it,
Yeah.
Pamela. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah.
Hello,
Okay.
guest Pamela Wildheart. Nice to see you here. Being a musician myself, as well with Norb, you rocked in your video that was shown here. That was the
Yeah.
video, Irving. I'm a bit. I rock more when I'm alive. In live, I'm just teasing you, but thank you for the warm welcome, Seattle, and people who are listening and watching out there. And thank you, Miles, for being so patient with me. I have to thank you. I mean, the whole of you. From Fil-Am Radio, show that you're having here, because
Yeah.
she was really trying very hard to catch me, and I'm always like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, and it was before Christmas,
That-
and she was just never really, really flustered. She was very patient, and she was saying, "Oh, you are recommended by Adele." And Adele is my best friend. And she was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Adele,
She
Adele."
was our former guest, Norb.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
Adele from
So
Gold Coast, Australia.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's why Kuya Bert. Kuya Bert calls me makulit. With all the guests, I do that.
I find her very persistent, and I was just
Mhm.
saying,
Yeah.
oh, and then she was insisting you have to sing live. I said, Miles, I really don't want to do any live performance because it's painful, but at the same time, it's challenging, right? Because you're gonna sing live, and that's it here in my bedroom. Actually, I'm broadcasting live in my bedroom. And if I'm going to
Mhm.
take off the virtual background, there's going to be some pillows all over. And the blanket. And so I said, I better be decent, just have this and, do it this way. So I'm very glad that you were persistent and you got me here. Okay. So
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now that we got you here, we got to give the audience a little bit of background because, as you can tell, she's quite the personality, Pamela Wildheart. But
no
you got to
age,
hear her resume.
no age, no age, no
I'm
age,
not going to say anything about age. Trust me, I
no
know better than
numbers,
that.
no numbers. Don't say,
Uh,
what year was your album? Oh, please stop. Enough.
No numbers. I have no
Yeah.
numbers in my notes, so trust me.
I hate
I'm
numbers.
married, so I
Yep,
understand about protecting
yep.
certain information.
Oh no, I don't
But,
need to
but
protect. I don't need to protect it. It's just I don't like numbers too much because I remember I need more cash. Kidding.
okay. That's the only number that matters. Okay, but you have a long resume here that people need to know that you do so many things. I think we can spend the entire show just reading your resume, but I'm going to do my best just so they get an idea of who Pamela Wildheart is. Okay, so as you can tell, she's a recording artist, but she's also a songwriter, composer, celebrity show host. What a surprise. Radio and voice personality in English and Japanese. She's
And
also an
Filipino.
academic lecturer, course trainer, a writer, marketing communications management expert, radio program head, theater actress, rock diva, obviously, former senior manager for the Singapore Zoo, and also an author. Did I get everything on that
No.
description?
Nope.
Did I miss
Singapore
anything?
Zoo, Night Safari, and Jurong Bird Park.
Oh, you're right. I didn't get
There's
the whole thing in
three.
there.
world class attractions, which belong to, I mean, WRS at that time when I was working there for almost 9 years of my life. And I was also head of the radio station, and work as one of the top presenters in a talk show.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I will be top in talking. But I'm so glad I found you, Norm and Miles. But anyway, that was about 7 years of my life was spent on radio, and I was also the head of programming. And yes, of course, I'm supposed to be very good in finding sponsors and money. Right now, I am taking it lightly. I am lecturing in the university. And of course, I used to lecture in 6 universities, but I do it slowly right now. I'm still in a grieving. Every now and then, you can't help it. It's just that I don't want any compassion. I'm not pitiful. I'm surviving very well. It's very interesting what I'm doing because I do everything. I'm a believer. I'm a strong and firm believer that you can be a jack of all trades and master of most. How's
Mm-hmm.
that?
Well,
Many
that's a
people
lot
say
of trades to master, but
they're
there's almost
related.
nothing
They're
you
related.
haven't done. There's
Oh
hardly
yeah,
anything that you haven't done. But
I've sewn the furniture and the curtains because I want to. Not that I want to make it. You got to do something you want to, and you want to try it, whether you can do it or not. And why not? Life is so interesting. If you just say, I see so many people cooking, why not I try it? And
Yeah.
I'm quite shocked that I can really cook because my mom was a very, very, oh, okay, I'll say it. She was a world class chef.
Mm-hmm.
She was
Mm.
to me, to everybody, and I can't believe I can't do that at this later stage of my life. So that's the interesting thing. So what else do you want to know? No
Well,
vital statistics out.
so I guess let's back up a little bit because obviously this all started somewhere, and I know that you were born in Cebu. I won't say what year, but it sounded like your music career was the first thing to get going early, from my understanding. Is that about right? That you got into songwriting at a very early stage, and then eventually
Yes,
doing
yes, and
performances. So
yes.
tell us a little bit about how did you get into music? What was it that sparked your career that early? At that
It's
early age?
ironical. My father, my mother, they love to sing, and we are performers. You like to be. I didn't think of anything except that when I was very young, very very young. I mean, I was still a young, a kid. Okay, I would say that my grandma loved me a lot because She was always saying like, "Come here, come here, come here. Why don't you recite poetry?" And I won't do like twinkle, twinkle, little star. I don't do that. I would say twinkle, twinkle, little star. Oh, and I said, oh my gosh, you're very talented. Everybody just said I was talented. So the more my ego was like, oh my gosh, I'm so talented. So my mom saw that. And then my mom was cooking for guests. And she would say, my nickname, my moniker, my mom would call me Tisay. That's what they call me. Everybody, my friends call me Tisay. When we're
You
young, we have
are.
all these unique names like Tisay. And my mom would say, come here, come down. I have a daughter. She's going to entertain you. Well, I'm cooking. And my mom says, don't make it too long. Okay. I was like, okay. And then I'll start with, I'm going to tell you a story about the movies I saw today. I love movies and I share it with everybody. And then everybody was just like listening. But I didn't realize that they were all wanting to eat. And I was just like, oh, and I want to continue. But they were all excited. They were laughing. But my mom said, stop, stop, enough, enough. I said, no, 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 we haven't come to the end of the thing. And my mom says, you have to know when to stop. And I said, you asked me, mom. And I said, okay, end it, bow, bow. And I was just like, and every time I do that, my grandma will quickly get something underneath. Okay,
Yeah.
let's call it undergarments. Okay,
Yeah.
she's gonna get it. And then, oh,
Yeah.
here, some cash for you. Oh my, this is good. All I need to do is be myself, and I can get cash. So I started very young. It's like, oh really? Then my grandma would say, why did you sing a song? Like just simple song like Jack and Jill. And I realized that, oh, I'm a bit short. So I'll just climb a little bit of the staircase. Like one step higher. We have a second
Mhm.
floor in the Philippines. Usually we have that. I climb a little bit higher and everybody has to look up and say, and I would just say Jack and Jill. What's that? Oh, that's my grandchild. She likes to sing. And then my grandmother will pass around the hat and say, oh, she's good. She's good. oh, cash again. This is a good idea. So I started liking it because it was the cash. Actually, it's sad to say, it was the cash that triggered me. Like, oh, I started like, oh, I can buy many things here, and everybody was saying, oh, come on, give us some. My brother, I only have one brother. He's a doctor and a surgeon and a medical practitioner, and he says, like my father who passed away, and he says, give me some, and everybody's like, so I felt very, like I felt very privileged that I could
Mhm.
actually like act like, oh, here's something for you, for you, for you. I was like feeling so good about myself. So that's how it started, and I was very sociable. Okay, in the university, of course, we started studying, and then we went to school, and that was in nursery. I was really talkative, and I was trained by my mom to face the audience because she asked me to entertain the guest, so I don't have any stage fright. It's normal to have, but when you say, Tisay, come here. Yes, mom. Because I think there'll be cash, you see. Come here, come here, come here. Ready, ready. We have your uncles are coming, and it's gonna be. I'm still cooking. You know what to do, right? But you have to really cut down the stories. Today, only one story. I said, but mom,
Mhm.
I have two stories. It's only one. So that's what I said. I matured. I realized that, oh wow, this is a good livelihood, and
Mhm.
indeed, it can be a very lucrative industry. But my father was not very happy. He says, I'm not having musicians for children. He bought me my first guitar. It's ironical. He was the one who said, here's a guitar for you and you can start playing. And I don't, oh, okay, okay. And my father plays it poorly. I was like, I want to play it. Then I listened to the radio, and the radio was saying, key of A now. And there was no visuals. Strum, strum, strum. It's quick. Here it is. Here it is. Hey, you're doing it right if it sounds like this. So that was the first training, because none of my family played guitar. They were just, playing it and strumming. And my father bought it, but he said, "I'm not gonna have you become a musician." He was very angry. I said, "But I like to sing, Dad." No, that's not a career. A musician is not a career. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm telling the truth. It's not a career. I want you to be a doctor like me. You have to be a doctor in a family because I know you're a smart woman. Hey, at first I like it. Now I'm gonna be a doctor. I'm gonna carry the bag like the medical kit, wear something in my ears like my dad, and put the stethoscope here, and I look so. Oh, Irving's really Irving.
Read that.
I,
Okay.
I'm gonna. Okay, to Pamela, you have a bubbly personality. Have you ever worked with Martin Rivera? Because he'll be here in Seattle on February. Martin came to Singapore. I usually host the biggest shows in Singapore. About at the time, almost 90% of the biggest shows with celebrities. I've worked with them international and local. For Martin Rivera, that was the day that I flew for my recording in another country. So I didn't host that show for the Philippine
Ah.
Independence Day. So normally I will host it. I've worked with many people actually, and if the stars are watching now, they will recognize it. Gary Valenciano,
Mhm.
Nora Honor. Um, the list is really long. Almost Sharon Cuneta. You can name them, and I've worked with them. Some of them is like
Yeah.
I work with Rudy Fernandez,
Yeah.
um, the son of oh my gosh, she's gonna feel bad. Epi Kizon. Yeah, I hosted their shows. Rudy, Lorna. I work with Jingoy. I work with almost everybody really when they come to Singapore, so they will recognize me. Lorna, when I went to Manila, and just Pamela, you didn't tell us. You're here. Like everybody is just like we know them. I've worked with most of them in many projects, and so it's an interesting life that I have really. So my back to my family, and that was the background. I think your question was so short, and my answer was too long.
Oh, well, tell you what. Tell you what. It's funny. 2 points. One, you're the easiest interview ever because we barely have to say a thing, and you just do all the talking, which we love that. But secondly, I can see why they're saying you need to keep it short because we have to make this short because we got a news break right now. So we'll be right
Yeah.
back after this.
Right back.
More with Pamela Wildheart after this news break.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Yeah.
This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not using my GPS to navigate the land of 1,000 dances, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
If you or a family member are 55 or over and need nursing home level care, but want to keep living where you are, check out Providence Elder Place PACE. This program offers healthcare, housing, transportation, and recreational activities. There are no co-pays or deductibles, and it's covered through Medicare and Medicaid. Providence Elder Place PACE works to keep you healthy and in your home. Call 206-320-5325 or visit providence.org Elder Place. Providence.org Elder Place.
Greetings. This is your host, DJ Naftali, Rainier Avenue Radio .world, the best DJ in the Seattle area. You can catch me every Monday at 8 p.m. on YouTube. Like I said, this is DJ Naftali, the best reggae in Seattle, Washington, the best radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio .world. Come on, right?
This is your Rainier Avenue Radio .world community update on Seattle City Lights Utility Discount Program application. If you are impacted by COVID-19, otherwise known as the coronavirus, access the utility discount application online at seattle.gov/UDP for utility discount program, or call 206-684-3000. That's seattle.gov/UDP or 206-684-3000.
This is Big Poppy, host of Jazz from the Cabinets. Join me each week for a listening tour of the first century of jazz, an eclectic mix of Dixieland, big band, cool jazz, bebop, contemporary jazz, world jazz, all jazz in all forms. That's Jazz from the Cabinets with Big Poppy on Rainier Avenue Radio, streaming worldwide on RainierAvenueRadio.world.
Dealing with COVID-19 is uncharted territory, and everyone has different challenges. People may feel anxious, down, or overwhelmed. For some, these feelings can lead to changes in sleep patterns, an increased use of alcohol or drugs, or withdrawing from the people around them. If you know someone who's having a hard time coping, you can help by reaching out to talk and listen. To learn more about how you can help someone in need, call the Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 800-273-TALK. Brought to you by the state of Washington.
This is Rainier Avenue Radio .world.
We're back! Ito po si Ma'am Salvador. Kayo po ang nanonood sa Fil-Am Radio Show dito po sa Seattle, Washington, USA. Kasama po natin si Norb.
Yep, this is Norb Caoili, also known as NorbCam, filling in for my dad, Kuya Bert, who will be back, hopefully, from the hospital in 2 or 3 days. So, yes, he's doing very well. And, of course, our special guest today, all the way from Singapore, Pamela Wildheart. Welcome back to the show, Pamela.
I never left. I was just here. I stayed glued to my seat because, Miles told me the show is going to be from this time to this time. So I said, oh, okay. And she says, we're going to play most of your songs. And I told her, no, there's more. Thank you.
Speaking of that, let us play another song from Pamela Wildheart, Telefono, in English, telephone. Thank you, Daniel. Telephone.
Hello, nene, si ate ito, may balita na naman sa aking baryo. Natandaan mo pa ba si Kulas na kaibigan mo? O kaya'y si Jose na dating manliligaw mo? Hello, nene, si nanay ito, may utang pa ako kay Mang Carlo. Huwag sanang kalimutang bayaran ang ibang tao. Bahala ka na, anak, sa ipapadala mo. Tuwing magaring ang telepono, sa bawat dial ng numero, laging nasa isip ko pamilya ko. Ang kabuhayan ng mga minamahal ko.
So, what's happening right now?
Si Kuya
Okay, well, we're waiting
Huwag
for
sanang
that.
kalimutan ang pangsaudi ko. Mamumuhunan lang
more
para
questions
sa
to Pamela.
kinabukasan ko.
The microphone is muted.
Tulong sa inyo balang araw. Hello, nene. Si tatay ito, huwag kalimutang mag-ipon para sa'yo ang kalusugan at kaligayahan mo. Ang tanging hangad ko para sa'yo. Hello, nene. Si tatay ito, bakit walang sagot sa linya mo?
Okay, while we're waiting for Telefono by Pamela Wildheart, I just want to greet. It's Australia Day today. Happy Australia Day, Australia.
Hello, tatay. Si neneng ito, napaiyak ako sa puso mo. Maraming salamat sa pagmamahal mo. Maraming salamat sa pagmamahal mo. Tuwing mag-ring ang telepono, sa bawat dial ng numero, laging nasa isip ko ang kasiyahan ng pamilya ko, ang kabuhayan ng mga minamahal ko. Maraming salamat sa pagmamahal niyo.
There we go. That was Telefono by our special guest, Pamela Wildheart.
In Filipino.
That's
Tagalog.
Tagalog, and I think Spanish too, for that matter. Telefono.
Telefono.
Yes.
It is
now,
a very...
Miles, I'm not sure during the song. This and this happens almost every show. That sometimes Ate Miles' internet gets out of sync, and then sometimes she'll drop off completely. So I'm just concerned she may not be in the same time and space right now. Ate Miles, are you with us right now? Can you hear us? Ate Miles?
Maybe there's a delay.
See, there's a delay. I think she's delayed because I don't think
Yeah,
she's hearing
yeah, I
delayed.
can, but I did.
She receives it later.
I did hear.
Oh, okay.
I did hear the song. So I keep on calling Danielle. Danielle, I'm sorry.
The song sounded great. The song sounded great from our end. So I just want to make sure that you're aware. Okay, so I wanted to ask you, Pamela, I know you're in Singapore. It sounds like from reading your bio, you had a very nice write-up in the article that you sent me from Bagong Bayani. And it talks about when you left the Philippines and you went to Singapore. A lot of things changed for you there. Can you talk a little bit about what happened when you visited Singapore and how these things just suddenly happened for you?
I think it was already happening in many parts of the world, not just Singapore. It just so happened that I landed in Singapore as one of my stops, and there I met my gorgeous husband.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the best thing that happened to me because I met my husband. And he's the greatest gift in my life. He's like a best friend, a great advisor, a great mentor. He's just really like a husband and a buddy. He's not like a typical husband. I see everybody like what they're doing. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. My husband is around.
How did you meet? How did you run into him? What was the story
It was in
behind that?
Malaysia. It was like I was performing with the band. It was like a family friend owns a big club in Malaysia, and he was in the Philippines, and he was telling me, I want to bring you to my club, and he owns it. He's a family friend, so my parents were very trusting, and my cousins introduced him. He was a very good friend of the family. He opens this very grand club, and he says, "Oh, come, I want you to perform in my club, and don't worry, just play your guitar or whatever, as long as you'll do it, and you can only work for 30 minutes, and you're gonna be paid this much." She's like, "Oh, that's a good idea." Because the cling, cling, cling. The program. I was programmed. I was like, I was like, "Oh yeah, but that doesn't make me a mercenary, okay?" I'm just like mercenary for hire. It's like, oh, this is a good idea. I was just like, okay, because by then I have already traveled in many countries performing, and my father was not very pleased with it. He was just talking to me nicely, like he was. I'll never forget my father. He was very inspirational. He said, Pam, because we're such good friends. Only my father knows about boyfriends. He was very open. He said I was a bit confused with my parents because my father would say, "You can talk about anything. It's okay. I listen to you." And as a father, I think I'm very sad to see you cry over a boyfriend. But as a doctor, I think you need to see your boyfriend and say goodbye for the last time. My father was this kind of person. And if it were my mom, "What are you doing?" And then my mom, then I put on a red lipstick. That was confusing to me. Both of them are in heaven and they're watching me. It was confusing. My father would say, "You look great. Tisay, you look so pretty." And my mom says, "Pretty? Why are you having a red lipstick? You're so young. Take it off." I was like, so that's my background. So finally, my father kept talking to me. "You can go, but you need to come back. You need to finish your education." And my father hammered that to me. "You can be the most brilliant, whatever you think you are. Musicians' lifespan is short." I said, "How did you, Dad? Why do you have such negative idea about musician? You're the one who bought me your first guitar." And he was just saying, "No, I don't like a career for a musician." He had a different viewpoint. A musician is not a career. It's just passing by. I said, "Of course not. If you make it a career, it will be a career." And I think this is the only regret I have in my family because my father was so against it. Like, you can't make music a career. I said, "No, you got to let me study in a music school." And I says, "No, absolutely not." Because at the time I was a student at the University of the Philippines. And my father says, "What a waste. What a waste. What a waste." And my father says, "You have to come back and I will make a deal. You can do this. You can travel, but you need to come back and finish your education. Otherwise, there is really nothing that I will allow you to do." So that was very difficult for me. Because once you travel, and I'm going to advise all those listening right now, including Irving, that no matter what we do, wherever you go, education is key. And my father.
So you did. So did you listen to your dad and go back and finish your education?
Absolutely. I took my master's degree too. And now I want to take my PhD. So yes, go ahead.
Pam, excuse me. Irving Mendoza said to Pamela, "Who were your influences growing up, making you an artist today?" That's what Irving said.
Because your influences will be those artists that you see or everywhere. You get, "Oh wow!" I was very mesmerized by Sampaguita. "Panahon na para magsaya." I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's exactly what I want." And she was just so hip at the time and she was just like, "Kaya join na lang kayo. Let's all have a good time." She does the microphone. "Kaya join na lang kayo." And then her hair all over. "Let's all have a good time." It's like, wow, I want to be like that. And I did better than her. I was rolling all over the floor. And even I performed. And people were so shocked. We were performing in this place. Like, I joined the band. And my mom was really worried. Like, "Let me take a look at your eyes. Is it red? Are you influenced by drinking and drugs?" I said, "What?" And I don't drink until today. I don't drink alcohol actually. I am a normally high person, so I don't need it.
High on life.
Yes. I don't drink alcohol and I don't smoke. But my mom was always suspicious. Is that red eyes? Are you in the wrong company? Bring your band boys here. I want to know them all. Like she was just always investigating. I had this kind of life, and my father was, "Oh, welcome." Well, it was just a contrast, okay?
So
But
was
I
your
lived.
mom, was she the disciplinarian of the two of your parents? Was the mom the
I
strict
think.
one?
I think my father was a disciplinarian with education. Yes, and humility. My father is a very kind, and oh my gosh, it's his birthday today. He was the kindest person I will ever see in the world. He was a medical practitioner, a doctor. And he knows that people are so poor and he will have a free clinic.
Hmm.
He would like to give a free clinic, and the people had no money. They came from the kampong, from the mountains, and say, Doc, we don't have money, Doc. Can you accept this chicken? And my father, oh, sure, sure. And the chicken will run around the house. Bring them out. My mom said, oh my goodness, dog, I'm bringing a goat. Yeah. It's like, my father, just take it. Okay, it's okay. And he was having this kind of, and my mother told him, Dad, you can't be too much of this. We have a family to feed. And my father said, what can I do? My heart is so, and he was a kind man. You'll call him anytime, 24/7, in the middle of the night. He would just wake up and go when someone is really dying or sick. So I admire my father. He was very strict with education. He told me, you can be the most brilliant person, but you need education. You need it. Like he was this kind of person. And you need to be humble. You need to always remember who you are. And he was just telling me this all the time. All people are the same. You have to be kind to them. And you have to give me one more thing important through life. That is integrity and honesty. Never cheat. So my father was well known never to cheat. So that's interesting. Is there
And
another
so
song?
you're able to actually please your dad on both ways, because you not only were able to have a career as a musician and then some, but then you also did have your education, and now you're talking about getting your PhD.
I'm not sure. I haven't done my PhD. I'm saving money now. So I'm just trying to say that I'm a self-sufficient woman. I want to do everything on my own way. But my father taught me that to be humble, to be down to earth, to accept it. And that's why it's reflected in my music, my songs. I don't really write much songs. I was thinking I'm not going to sing songs anymore that I used to do. I do like a lot of Bonnie Tyler. I just emulate them all, like Tina
You're a rock
Turner.
girl, huh?
I love
You're a
rock.
rock and roll kind of gal, right?
Yeah, but I become a tame rock woman, but there are meanings attached to my song. I was like forgetting my music when I came to Singapore. I wasn't doing music. I was hosting. Everybody knows oh God, she's a celebrity host. Celebrity host must be there because you're paid more.
And speaking of music genre, I think Ate Miles is trying to. There's a comment, and again from Irving. He's got a question for you. You should read this. You should read
I
this.
think I only have one admirer, and that's Irving. But I love you, Irving. I don't hear any comment from anyone, but it's okay. It's okay. To Pamela, what is your favorite genre of music that you like? Oh, let me tell you, there is no genre for me. Because I believe that music transcends genre. If sometimes I wake up today and I feel like writing blues, I will write blues. I don't know why. And maybe that is difficult for an artist because you are not having that particular brand in your name. But they call me soft rock artist, pop rock. Okay, so that's the music I belong to. But actually, I like hard rock too. I like all kinds of music. I never close my mind, like jazz music, rock music. I particularly do not want to put that kind of, like oh,
Label.
this is it. Yeah, the label, the genre. That's just my style. So I feel like writing this, and mostly in all my albums, and I'm now busy with the next one. The albums that I do are self-produced. Yes, and I have sponsors, but I self-produce them because I only then can you write what you like. Because I'm just writing what I like. And so they say, oh, I met this Japanese recording label. And he says, oh my gosh, I like your voice. It's very different. It's harsh. It's different from normal women. But we have a problem. You are singing your own style. Why not I give you a song and we will do covers? It was a very big company. I said, I'm not going to do covers, huh? That's an insult to what I'm writing. And then he didn't like it, and that was the end of it. Meet a lot of people. I said, no, I've just decided, just write your music, be true to the meaning. So in every album I have, I will write one song about the environment. I dedicate it. One for my parents, one for my beloved husband, one for my family, and one for my being proud, being a Filipina woman. So there'll be stories of OFWs and an English pop song to please everybody. Yes, Smiles, you want to say something? Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, before we continue with your interview, I want you to roll down the floor. We want to see you roll down the floor right now.
No, I can't. I can't because I'm sitting in a chair and you didn't tell me.
In her bedroom.
Yeah, in the bedroom with all the pillows.
No, I said, you don't have to roll down. You can sing sitting down. Okay.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
So Pamela, how did you get into? I know the other part of when you're in Singapore before meeting the love of your life, you also got the radio gig with the 91.3 FM station there. Was that kind of the start of your radio career?
Yeah.
Was that
no, I
move there?
graduated from the University of the Philippines in mass communication. I know everything about radio. At that time, I say everything because I passed the subject and did well, like radio, TV production, but I don't put it to practice. I just singing. I was just singing happily, anywhere. And yes, to be honest, I was paid very well. And I just travel a lot, and I just perform, and that was just my life until I came to Singapore. And my husband, he's a brilliant man. This husband of mine, I miss him. He will be sitting here if he's alive, and we'll be smiling. He finds me amusing in everything I do. He's just smiling. He finds me really funny, and he was the one who told me, honey, you should get a proper job. I said, huh? What do you mean? I get very, well, you're like my father. I get very, what do you always say that about musicians? Musicians are songwriters, and there are people writing, hey, give the floor to other people. It's always you. You have everything now. Be kind. I can receive these kind of messages. Stop singing. You can do it, but give a chance to the rest. It was just shocking in my Facebook account. And I said, what do you mean by that? Is you should retire already. You should give a chance to the younger ones who have never tried being successful. It was very mean, right? But I said, well, I'm not a singer, my dear. I said, my dear, I'm not a singer. I'm a songwriter. That's the reason why my music will live on, so I can continue writing. So going back to this, my husband told me, you know what? I think you should work in your profession. And my profession was broadcast journalism, media. And he says, what a waste, just keep singing. You have a gig, you stop, finish, you have a gig. Of course, I have a lot of gigs. And I really came to Singapore. I was already going home. And my husband says, okay, we'll go home. You'll go home. And that's when he met me. And he was the one who fell in love with me. He fell in love with me already at the Hilton. And then he fell in love with me again in Singapore. Because my friend told me, she's listening, I hope, Dazzling. I will never forget. She says, let's call that guy who likes you. I said, who? Clifford. He likes you. I said, really? Yes, he likes you. The way he looks at you, he likes you. Now we are in Singapore. He said he will tour us around. Let's call him. And true enough, hello, Clifford. She was the one calling. And Clifford says, yes, Dazzling. We are in Singapore. Where are you? Dan is with us. I'm coming. That was how it started. He was touring us. It just took off naturally. I think if you meet your soulmate, it's going to be a natural process. I'm telling you, it's a natural process. There was not much of you like me, I don't like you. It was just really a process that we bonded. Everything I say, he understood. But he was the genius there. He told me, honey, I applied for you. You applied for me? What do you mean? I wrote the application for you, but I got your CV and I sent it already. I said, where? In a radio station. This is a good job for you. Trust me. And I said, no, I'm going to the television station. At that time, I applied in the television station, and they don't have a space for me at the time. It was new. I didn't have my papers at that time yet. Started only. They told me, okay, we're going to audition you. We're going to challenge you with 2 jobs. We're going to see whether you can do it. I said, what jobs are they, sir? The first job is to write the theme song of the opening of this. It was actually the most powerful television station in Singapore. You just write the opening song. We want to know whether you can do it. So of course, I was so full of myself, you know. Of course, I was just really doing that, yeah. Of course, and this is my CV, and you can imagine I laminate all of them like more than 10 books. And I says, oh, that's too much. That's too much. We will just get 2 pages. I said, sir, if you don't look at it, you will never understand how much my work, how much of good work I've done in my life. You have to read them. And it was just like, it's so thick. It's so thick. Nobody applies with such. I said, well, I have to put it in my luggage. I have to put it in my luggage. And he says, yes, but you can just shorten it. But they took time to read it. So in the end, he says, okay, that's one. And second, you're going to direct the production. I said, oh, sure. And I think, why does she say sure all the time? Is she really that good? And that song that I produced there with them was Cabaret. Yes, and it was like, what good is sitting alone in? It's like, oh my goodness. And so they said, okay, we'll let you know in a week. We're gonna apply for your papers. You know, we are waiting for it, and we think we can hire you, but we need we need to observe you whether you know how to do. But because I have the education, I have the background. I was very proud of my background. So then I thought of my father, who always said, you need to study, and so. But I crossed the road. My husband says, you have to cross the road to the radio station. The interview is today. Just cross the road and bring your things. So I was bringing all my luggage. This is memorable. The radio station is NTUC Radio, National Trades Union Congress. It's like yes, there were a lot of governmental people. Our bosses were. It was like a union radio station, powerful radio station. And this is cross the road. Bring it now, honey. Your interview is 4:00. So I went there and brought my luggage, and I went to the lift. When I went to the lift, my luggage. They told me, you can bring back your costume, Pamela. The show is tomorrow, so you just bring it back. And so there was a lot of this, around my neck. Those things like a cabaret, and it fell and it opened. And in the lift, everything was and the person there was, I will never forget him. I won't mention his name, but he was there and says, "Oh my, you have so many things." He says, "Sorry, sir," and he helped me. He helped me put them back, just the two of us. He was smiling. I didn't know he's my interviewer. He's very influential people. They're like members of the government. I wouldn't mention what because I think and I was there in the room and he was there and he says, excuse me, you're applying as a radio presenter? I said, yes, sir. Yes. He says, but where do you come from? I said, I come from the Philippines, but I'm a very well-traveled woman. Hold on. Here's my CV. So I took it's so many. What's that? It's too much. Too much.
Can I catch? Can I catch you
anytime?
Yeah. Your number one fan, Irving Mendoza, said to Pamela, "You're such a wonderful person to listen to with non-stop information. Love it. Visit Seattle one day." Was from Irving.
Yeah, America, but never. Oh, Seattle. Yes, I have a classmate from Seattle. He was an exchange student. He was a 6-footer. Bradley Rutherford, if you're listening, I don't know. I've never seen him for a long time. He's almost 6 feet tall when we were in high school, and he was always coming near me, and I was afraid of you because you're a 6-footer. And I was wondering, why does this Bradley always want to come? Because he loves my mom's cinnamon rolls.
Go to a man's hearts through the stomach, right?
I have a best friend in America, Barbara Bosma, and my relatives are in America. So maybe later I'll greet them all, okay? So is there something that you want to say, Miles?
Before we go back to you, it's time for a second station break. Stay tuned, everyone.
We'll be right back.
This is Paul, host of Start Time. And when I'm not busy tearing the roof off the suckers, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Thông điệp này được gửi đến bạn bởi Bộ Y tế Công cộng Seattle và quận King, Bộ Y tế Washington Chapter AAP và Wilson Ridge. Cho dù lớp học của bạn ở đâu, dù trực tiếp hay trực tuyến, tiêm chủng định kỳ sẽ bảo vệ cho con của bạn tránh khỏi các bệnh nghiêm trọng như bệnh sởi, quai bị và thủy đậu, và chúng giữ cho con của bạn được an toàn, khỏe mạnh và phát triển. Nếu cần trợ giúp tiền nhàn cung cấp, hãy vào trang parenthelp123.org hoặc gọi đường dây nóng Help Me Grow Washington ở số 1-800-322-2588.
This is Monique Lee from the Afternoons with Monique show. I'm also the owner of Seattle Love Broker, a relationship consulting and matchmaking company. Tune in every Thursday afternoon at 1 p.m. to listen to intriguing, informative, and entertaining guests share stories of their past and vision for the future of our community.
This is Brenda Edwards, host of Seniors Matter. Join me every week to get information on activities and issues that impact the lives of older adults and their families. That's Seniors Matter every week on Rainier Avenue Radio.
Are you a cultural producer who has been impacted by the pandemic? Four Culture is offering relief grants between $1,000 and $12,000 to cover your COVID-related losses and help you move forward with your creative work. If you're creating cultural experiences in any discipline at any stage of your career, you should apply. Exhibit designers, museum educators, archivists, restoration professionals, curators, archaeologists, history researchers, artists, and more. That means you. Not sure if you're a fit? Give them a call and they'll talk you through it. The deadline to apply is Wednesday, February 2nd. Head to forculture.org/recovery to get information on virtual group workshops, application support, language translation, and more. That's forculture.org/recovery.
You're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
We're back.
Mabuhay.
Our special guest, Pamela Wildheart.
Lahat. We're
Kumusta?
back. Yeah.
Maing buntag ninyong tanan. I'm from Cebu. Purebred Cebuana.
Thank
you.
We got so many Cebuanos here in Toowoomba. I just quickly, Pam, Norb, let's have a quick birthday greetings.
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I know Pamela's got a lot of people to say hi to. So
No, I'll just say hi, but I didn't really catch all the birthdays. There's too many. So
you want to start, Pam? Okay,
No,
start, Pam.
I want to start with the birthday of my father. That's all, because everybody will understand me. My dad is the most influential man in my life, aside from my husband. So they're all gone. The most influential man in my life. So, Dad, I love you. I fulfilled what you want me to do, and now you will have to wish me good luck in everything I do. Without you, he was my partner and my best friend. So that's about it. I mean, and to
What
all
about
those celebrating birthdays, in Singapore, there's so many. Well, I'm sorry, I'm a bit delayed with my greetings. I would like to send you my heart and tell you that you are very special. Birthdays are important moments of your lives. So you better celebrate it with someone you really love. And if you're alone, never be lonely. Go online and watch this program, Fil-Am Radio. Okay?
That's
and you'll
right.
be entertained. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, you can do a shout out too to all your friends.
There's too many. Everybody's watching. I'm just gonna tag them all. Later. I'm gonna tag all of them.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello
You want
to
the long
Adele.
list? Yeah, Del. Hello. Okay, let me begin. Are you sure you asked for this? Huh? Okay. I like to begin with my very good friends who are always there for me when I call them good friends because when I cry. From 12 noon to 3 a.m., they will prepare food for me and they keep listening to my stories and cry with me. First of all, I'd like to give a big shout out. I think to many of my friends who encourage me, and also to it sounds like advertising, but I'm not. It's like when Christmas was very hard for me because it was like a time to celebrate with the family and everybody. I was like, before Christmas, I was called by my friend, and she works in this very big world global brand, and she told me, and I won't mention it because I noticed you have sponsors, so I won't mention it. Respecting all your sponsors because this is not yet your sponsor. And she was telling me, Pamela, I want to, and Liz, if you're listening, I'm grateful to you because you never gave up. You said, Pam, I want you to write a Christmas song. And I said, huh? No. I don't want to write anything. I don't want to sing anything. I just want to take a break for a while. She says, no, I know you can do it. You got to write 2 Christmas songs. Maligayang Pasko became a very big hit because of the fact that there was a contest. So she asked me to do it and produce it, and I sang it and I wrote it, and I can't believe I did it. And I did the other one, Christmas and You. I can't believe I did this too. right after my husband passed away, I was able to write them, and it was and she said they have to be happy songs, and of course you can be paid well. It's not that I'm mercenary or very greedy, but it was like, oh, that's a good incentive. Okay, and then I did it, of course. And we have you have to host the live show too, and of course in Singapore there are very strict restrictions. Only 20 people, 30 people, limited at the time, and you have to be doing all the safe distancing measures and many more. Singapore in particular is very strict with the current situation of the pandemic. It wasn't done online, it was done live. So I'd like to thank the sponsors, especially the bosses who are very impressed. And hopefully, you said we are going to work on many more projects. And of course, my friend who's never giving up on me, and she says, no, I insist it's going to be you. So I'm also thankful to everybody. I'll mention some of their names. Monina, especially because she's very busy, always cooking and preparing for me to stay in their house. I can't mention everybody; they will feel bad. Elsa, Monina, Rosalie Tio. I hope you can listen to this. I'm very thankful. The list is really long. Not that I've forgotten you, but I'm respectful to the time. I thought the show ends at 6:30. Am I correct? Is the show ending?
In about
8:30.
30 minutes, the show will be
And that's
actually
the
less than
saddest
30 minutes. 20 minutes from now.
Oh,
So,
that's
yes,
the
we have
saddest
20
thing.
minutes left.
Yes, you should have invited me for a 24 hours marathon. But anyway, that's why. I wouldn't
We'll
mention
have
all
you
your names.
back. We'll have you back
Let me
again.
let me greet my family members. My sister Fatima, she's such an angel. She's really like very strong woman, and she told me to look out of the window. Look, stare out of the window. I said, yeah. You won't see them. There's no shadow of Clifford or Daddy or Mommy. So you have to be realistic, be brave, and stand up for it. I said that was cruel. And my younger sister, who's an American, she's married to an American. My younger sister, okay. I would like to greet her. I don't want to do the whereabouts where she's living in America, happily married. My younger sister, Dahlia. If you're watching, here I am. I miss you, sis. I call her all the time at this time. That's why I rarely sleep because this is the right time. To all my students, my brother, my only brother, and his family. He has so many doctors in the family. My gorgeous brother, and to my younger sister, of course. And we are only 4 in the family. My nanny, who's not feeling well, but she's recovering. My nanny is my yaya. Since childhood, she's living with us. To all the caregivers of my nanny, we love you so much, Yaya. No matter what, we won't let you go. We don't have parents anymore. So my cousins in America, oh, that's a long list. Natty, Jonoy. So the whole program will be about dedication. So I don't think so, but I love you all. And you have to forgive me for not mentioning I have a lot of friends. You can just get upset, but it's temporary. If there's any chance, I will mention you again. I'll make a list, but today I didn't make a list.
Yeah, and while I got you, I want to say thank you so much, Adele Rico too. She was our previous guest. You were Pamela was highly recommended by Adele. Yay! Thank you, Adele. Yeah, thank you, Adele. And now I'll cut you, Pamela. I just want to greet some people who's having birthdays. Ning Escanio of Toowoomba, Queensland, Australia, today. Zuri May of Cavite of Quezon City, anak siya ng pamangkin ko. Annabelle Avila of Seattle, Washington, USA. And Dale Baker of Toowoomba, Queensland, Australia. Loida Alquilon del Mundo of Angono, Rizal, Philippines. Gina Warren, anak siya ni Bessie Barredo from Marysville, Washington. Lelet Wern from Russell Island, Queensland, Australia. Marie Torres of Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia. And Cecil Cristobal Reyes. Asawa siya ng pamangkin ko from Tuwi, Batangas, Philippines. Happy birthday po sa inyo lahat. Norb, do you have any birthday
All right,
greetings?
I'll make mine really quick. I have just a short list. I want to say a quick happy birthday to Jeff Schumeyer. He's actually Mr. Seahawk, one of the most famous Seahawk fans out there. So happy birthday, Jeff. Happy birthday to John Day, one of my high school classmates. And happy birthday to Pachot Familar, good friend of the family. I haven't seen her in a while, but happy birthday to you guys today. And a shout out to all the people, the staff, and the doctors and nurses who've been taking care of my dad at Valley Medical. Hopefully he'll be leaving in a couple days, but you guys kept him going and took really good care of him. My dad said nothing but great things about the staff there. So thank you to everybody who helped take care of my dad, and everyone who sent shout outs to me and to my dad's messages, giving their thoughts and prayers and everything to keep him going. So it's all working. So thank you so much for all your love and care. We really greatly appreciate it.
Okay, with that, I dedicate this song to all birthday celebrants. Happy birthday song animation. Thank you, Danielle. Today is your birthday.
To you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. It's your birthday today. It's your birthday today. It's your birthday. We're singing hip, 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 hooray. Today, it's your birthday today. It's your birthday today. It's your birthday. We're gonna shout it out loud and celebrate today.
Dedicated to all the birthday celebrants. Now, Norb, Pam, we want you to sing live.
Oh, yes. I was thinking there's only 20 minutes left. What's going on?
I know.
Yeah, we'll have
who's-
you
who's
back, definitely. Yeah. Okay,
No,
let's
Yeah.
listen.
Now it's 15 minutes. No, you gotta switch me out. I gotta get my guitar. So it will be an
Yeah,
empty
okay.
stage.
Oh, I'll tell you what, while she's doing that, I'll do a quick sports
Yeah,
update.
yeah,
Before she
yeah,
has to
go
get
ahead.
her stuff ready.
Let's go.
All right, sports time. All right, so if you weren't watching this weekend, you missed out on one of the greatest weekends of NFL football in the history of the sport. We had 4 divisional games. Sadly, the Seahawks weren't part of those, but these games, it was intense. It was so exciting because every game came down to either a last-second field goal or last-second touchdown. I'm going to make it quick because we got our guests who got stuff to get to. But in the first game, it was the Titans hosting the Bengals. The Titans with Derrick Henry, the running back, coming back. It was a good game, low scoring, but started out with an interception by Ryan Tannehill of the Titans, and then it ended with an interception by the Titans, which led to a game-winning field goal. And the Bengals knock off the Titans, upset 19-16. Bengals moving on to the AFC Championship. In the second game of the Saturday divisional games, it was the Packers, Green Bay, hosting the San Francisco 49ers in another low-scoring game in the snow, actually. The Packers, heavy favorites, the number 1 seed. What happened in this game? Also back and forth. And in the end, Aaron Rodgers could not get it done. And it was Jimmy Garoppolo of the 49ers with the final ball to get it into field goal range. And what do? They kick it in the snow, 13-10 with the upset. Aaron Rodgers, brokenhearted once again. No Super Bowl for you. The 49ers, shockingly, moving on to the NFC Championship, another nail-biting game. Then we go to the Sunday game, the first one. It was the Rams at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady, Matthew Stafford, in a clash of these NFC teams. I was, of course, having a hard time. I didn't know who to root for because I don't like either team. But it was the Rams early, just dominating. At one point, they had a 27-3 lead on Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. Sound familiar? 28-3, 27-3. And what happens? Tom Brady brings it back all the way from 27-3 to a tie ball game at 27. It looks like it's going to go to overtime. But what do the Rams do after giving the game back to the Buccaneers? They go and throw a strike to Cooper Kupp deep down the field to like the 20-yard line, 15-yard line, setting up a game-winning field goal to win it. Almost blew it, but they win it. The Rams upset Tampa Bay and Tom Brady 30-27. They're moving on and hosting the NFC Championship game. It'll be the Rams against the 49ers at home. But the best was yet to come. The best game of the weekend on Sunday Night Football. It was the Kansas City Chiefs hosting the Buffalo Bills. best quarterbacks arguably in the league. You had Patrick Mahomes of the Chiefs and Josh Allen of the Bills in a game that was kind of back and forth. But it wasn't until the 2-minute warning, the final 2 minutes when the fireworks really started to go off. We had the Bills taking the lead with less than 2 minutes to go. What happens? Kansas City responds. They take the lead back. But is it over? No, it's not. The Bills go down the field, score again. And then the Chiefs send it to overtime with the kick to overtime. And what happens in the end? The Chiefs win the coin toss. They are the first team to get the ball. And what do? They go down the field and score. Patrick Mahomes to forgot his name. The tight end, Kelsey, for the game winner. Kansas City, and one of the most exciting games you'll ever see. If you didn't see it, watch it on YouTube. It is great entertainment. 42-36 in a high-scoring affair you just didn't want to see end. And so the Chiefs, once again, returning to the AFC Championship. So for next weekend coming up, it will be the Chiefs hosting the Bengals. And then on Sunday, the 49ers at the Los Angeles Rams to decide who goes to the Super Bowl. One of the best weekends ever, and I just wish the Seahawks could have been a part of that action, but that will have to wait till next year. So there you go. That is the lineup for next weekend's game. So back to our special guest, Pamela Wildheart. She's got her guitar. Can't wait to hear this.
Well, I didn't put any gadgets, nothing special. Raw as raw can be, and I'm writing. This is this is already recorded, but I am singing it from my bedroom. Really raw, like the way you hear it when I write it for the first time. This is a very beautiful love song. Let me just check it out. I don't know whether you can hear the guitar. I'm sure you can. You can, right?
Yeah.
We can hear it. Yeah.
I'll just sing it like it's like a lullaby, but it's actually very rock when it's being played.
What is the song?
This is called Center of the Universe. Like in every album I have a song for my husband. Today, I would also like to dedicate it to two friends, Perlita Orina Katap, Pastora. She prays for me all the time. She tolerates me. And to Perlita, of course, Tiro, the grand dame. Like this. You are the center of the universe and I love you. You are the sun and I'm the moon and the Milky Way is our view. You gotta keep your promises when you tell me that you love me. You got to make it right. We gotta stay in love forever, 'cause everyday love stories may just not turn all right. You are the center of my universe and I want you. You are the planet in the skies and I'm a star not far away from you. You gotta keep your promises when you tell me that you love me. You got to make it right. We gotta stay in love forever, 'cause everyday love stories may just not turn all right. Pluto, Mars, and Jupiter, and Saturn, Neptune, Venus, Earth, planets, comets, asteroids. You are the center of my universe. You are the center of my universe and I love you. I love you. As simple as that. And that is
Yay.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Yep, it's dedicated to someone you love. I hope you will sing it to your wife, whoever it is. Oh, did I say the wrong thing, wife, in a program? Okay, whatever it is, the meaning is that the person that you love is really the center. Like Pluto, Mars, and Jupiter, and Saturn, Neptune, Venus, Earth, planets, comets, asteroids. Oh, that's interesting. I thought of my youth. You in the rock show. You are the center of the universe. Oh, yeah.
I love it. Pamela, you're so much fun, and I feel like you could do a show on anything. You could just have the phone book and read the names in the phone book, and you could find a way to make it entertaining and like a story time. So you've been such a blast to have on the show. You're one of the most funny, entertaining
I think time
guests
is
I think
running
I've
out,
ever
so I
seen.
only sing one song, right? That's right, Miles? That's okay,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
Because you have
We'll
no
have
time.
you back. We'll have you back, definitely, okay?
That's
By
what
the
everybody
way,
says.
yeah. By the way, Norb also composed and sing. He's a good singer, he's a good dancer, he's a good actor, he's everything, you know. So proud of him. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Norb, one day we will sing together. You never know, right? You have to write
That would
music.
be. I would love to do that. That would be
I
awesome.
mean, do you sing Filipino songs, Norb?
I've done some Filipino songs.
Okay, that's so
Yep.
great. You know, you can play it
Yeah.
here one of these days. You know, we can
Yeah,
we can
do a live
jam,
duet on the
concert,
internet.
a concert,
Yeah.
maybe a Valentine show in your show. You know,
Ooh.
love,
Okay.
love, love. enough time for me to write. You know, love,
Yeah.
love,
Yeah.
love, 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 love. See, it's born in the show. I just think of it and then I write it down. Love. But anyway, just to wrap up, I mean, a little bit of message. I am writing a song right now, and I'm very thankful to my producer, creative rock star, icon of Singapore, Moliano. He was the one who really, he told me when I interviewed him in the radio, because he was a recording artist and he's one of the most respected producers. He told me, I need to listen to your music. And I said, oh, I write a lot. There are hundreds of them. I can't even remember every song I have. I have so many songs. It says, no, don't waste it. Don't waste it. So he says, send it to me. And I never listened to him. I was working in the radio. I have to sign autographs. It was a good life. And then he was saying, no, send it to me. And then he was leaving. He said, I'm going to Indonesia. If you don't give me any of your single song, that will be the end of it. I will no longer produce it. I have no time. I would like to retire from the music industry. Well, it's a lie. Until today, Mo is still, and we are going to do my 5th album. And just to wrap up this song, it has one song which I'm doing now called Jelly. Jelly. Because my husband, before he died, told me to make him some jelly. And I always say, oh, I'm busy. I'm going to buy you the konyaku, the branded jelly. Have it. And he said, it's not the same. I wanted the jelly you make at home. He was in the hospital and I forgot to do it until he passed away. And I'm regretful that if someone you love really wants something, do it. So it is a very meaningful, it's expressing my love. I don't write songs like, I love you. You don't hear it. But except for this song, of course, Center of the Universe. But if you listen to the song, I don't talk about falling in love. You talk about the jelly, which is symbolic to what happens between lovers, right? So that's the wrap today. I'm sorry I talk about my husband again.
No,
a lot of
that's
times,
wonderful.
but
So
that's the reality
you,
of how to write my music.
So you couldn't give him jelly for real, so you turned it into a song.
So it's like, you wanted your jelly, but it's a bit. Okay, sexy. You wanted, so people say, what do you mean? Why do you want a jelly? You wanted your jelly. What do you mean? Why? At the end of it, I will explain to you why you wanted a jelly. And so I'm going to, explain it to you. So that will be later if there's another episode.
I don't think there's too many songs with the title with jelly in the title, so that's I think you got something very unique going on there. So
so I definitely will debut with you, to hear my song Jelly.
I'd love to hear it. Yes.
Yeah, Pam. Irving Mendoza said to Pamela, you gotta come to Seattle so that Norb and I can jam with you. Pardon
the pun.
You gotta come to Singapore and we jam. Okay, so the way around.
We'll jam with jelly. Yeah.
Yes, jelly. It's been a great pleasure, and I believe you're signing off now. I sign up for you. I say, hey, we are the host of the show. Why are you signing off? I used to run the radio station and really worked there for about 7 years in the radio station. I'm in charge of the programs. I have a very popular talk show, Sunny Side Up. In the morning, 6 o'clock. Sunny side up. So there's a music and the sound of the eggs in my trailer. So people are like, and I invite ambassadors who just woke up and ask them about the details of their career and their life. What are they planning for today? And it was like the ambassadors just drinking coffee. Good morning, Pamela. And we travel around the world and feature it in a radio show. We are one of the first to do that. We have a live satellite radio in a shopping mall. And all the celebrities go there, including Tony Bennett, Cyndi Lauper, the Supremes. Yep, we've interviewed them all. More than you can imagine. Oh my goodness, now I'm lost. Dionne Warwick, was it?
Wow.
My mind is Helen Reddy. She said, "I am woman." Hear me roar. That was the past. Okay. More. Oh my goodness. What's his name? James Ingram. Yes, I've interviewed James Ingram.
Okay.
And I have all the photos. Tom Jones. Oh my gosh. He calls me Pamela Wild Hot. I said, no, Tom, I'm not wild hot. I'm wild heart. Oh yeah, you're wild hot. Wild hot.
Yeah.
And David Foster.
Yeah. I met Tom Jones. And Olivia Newton-John when I was working in Channel 7. Yeah.
I think Tom Jones is like, Pamela, what hot? What hot? He has a very deep voice, Good
Right.
boy, Pamela, what hot? I said, no, I'm not. I'm wild heart. And he says, what hot? I'll never forget him, and many more. So I've ended. And how do we end the show? Because I'm going to say goodbye.
I think this is Miles takes over here. I can hear Daniel playing the goodbye music right now. So Miles, I think you got to take this one here.
Okay, let me tell you something about the song first before you play. Are you playing Tunay? Tunay? Yeah, you're playing Tunay, right? Yep, I heard you. This is I did not write the music. It's written by Moliano, the Singapore icon, rock star. But we do a ballad, and I wrote the lyrics. Okay, so there's a difference, which I rarely do. I usually write music. I write the lyrics too. This time it's different. Okay, thank you. I'm saying goodbye.
Ang bilis po ng takbo ng orasan. Kaya ako po ang magpapaalam na sa inyo lahat. Ito po ang Fil-Am Radio from Seattle, Washington, USA. Ito po si Mel Salvador. Maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood. Hanggang sa susunod pong Martes. Thank you, everyone. At ang ating pong special guest.
Is there a photo? Can you take a picture? Norb, can you do it? Nobody in your station can take a picture?
Let me do it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Before you play that, and you send it to me, Norb. Make sure you do. Oh, she's
All right,
playing
everybody,
it already.
smile. All right, got it.
Okay, bye.
At sa himig po nagtugtuging tunay ni Pamela Wildheart. Ako po. Sabayan niyo po ako sa aming huling panalangin sa araw na ito. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. We praise and give thanks for all the blessings, life, strength, and guidance that you have given us from this hour with the best for the rest of our life. Amen. Stay tuned po. Next on Rainier Avenue Radio.world is Real Estate and Money 21 with Tina Lombard Harris and Violetta Strauss. And every Wednesdays at 7 to 11 p.m., 9 to 11 p.m., Fresh Juice with the Money. Yan po, every Wednesday from 9 to 11 p.m. Thank you so much, Pam, for gracing our program. It's our honor to have you. And thank you, Norb. And thank you so much, Daniel. Hanggang sa susunod pong Martes, samahan niyo po kami. I love you all. Stay safe.
Bye-bye, all.
Yep, bye.
Ang puso ko para lang sa'yo. Tunay tamis na pagmamahal. Sadyang kinalimutan mo ang ating nakaraan. Ay panaginip lang ba?